Guinea pig! Here we go.
Alright y'all, I'm Alyne, welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm going to be doing something I don't normally do, and that is canning. Now, before I start, I'm going to let you know flat out, I'm not telling you how to can, not telling you what to can, or if you should can, or what kind of canner to use, or not use. All I'm doing is telling you what I have, what I am doing, and going from there. And if you say I'm doing it wrong, all right, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going by the recipe book that I have for my particular canner. Okay? Now this is a Zavor, Z-A-V-O-R Duo. It is a pressure canner, pressure cooker. And it comes with a lid wrench, a ladle, a jar lift, a funnel, a debubbler, and a lid magnet. It also came with a wire rack that goes inside of my canner. This is it's technically called, I think, a 6-quart canner, but it will only hold 4 quarts. If you're canning in it, 4-quart jars. It will also hold 4 pint mason jars. What I'm canning today is StrawberryJam. And yes, my recipe does call for them to be canned in the canner because it came from the recipe book that came with my canner. But I'm going to be doing half pints, which are the 8-ounce jars. And I have some quarter pints in here, which are the 4-ounce jars. And that's, well, y'all, we had a malfunction. I have them in my hot water bath there, keeping them hot and sterilized until I get ready to use them.
I'll learn this thing once.
Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my canner so you'll understand, because I don't have a jingle dingle doogie on top, and I don't have the pressure gauge on top, okay?
She ain't got a whistler.
I haven't got a whistler. I haven't got a...
It ain't got an alarm system.
It does, but it doesn't. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but you'll see there's a little arrow right here on my lid. And there's another little arrow right here on my handle. Line those up. Make sure everything is on correctly. And then you close it. It's locked. You're not going to get that off of there. Right? Until you mash this button right here, and then you can move it back and forth. Alright? That's my release button. That's my unlock button. And this little dial right here, Piggy might have to pick it up and show you, I don't know. I have 4 settings on this little dial. This one over here is clean. So if I want to clean my canner out, I can put what I want in and clean it, turn it on that, cut it on, and it will clean. This right here says release. And I'll explain that in a minute. Then you have low and you have high. Depending on what your recipe calls for, depending on where you will use this, low or high. Mine is going to call for high when I do my jam, so I'll have it set on high. This little yellow thingy right here, little yellow button thingy, when it reaches pressure, it will pop up. And once it pops up, that's when you start counting your time and set your timer. I know that when I do my jam, I have to set my timer for 10 minutes on high pressure once that little yellow thing pops up. Now, the thing about it is, once the pressure is built in this thing, everybody knows you have to let your canner cool down, let your pressure release. That's what that release thingy bobby is right there. If I have it set on high, it's not going to, even if I do this right here, I can open it, but you don't want to do that. Once the pressure's in there, you have it on high, you get your time, you turn it to release, and it automatically vents that steam and pressure that's in there. So I don't have to worry about it. As long as I remember to turn that to release, I don't have to worry about it. Then, like I said, unlock it, open it up, and I have the seal of my gasket in there. So, yeah. That's my pressure canner. I will put a link to it in the description if I can remember to do so that you can check it out, see if you like it, see if you're interested in it. I'm not telling anybody to buy one. I'm not telling anybody not to buy one. This is the 3rd year I've had this. I used it the first year. I did not use it last year. I'm using it this year. First year I had it, I made strawberry jam. I made pickles. Like I said, these recipes came from my canning book that came with this. The rest of the jam and the pickles. I made sauerkraut. That was a different recipe that I modified for my canner. Everything turned out good. I made pepper jelly. I made quite a bit that year. So, don't tell me I can't use a canner for stuff when it calls for a hot water bath, because you can. You just have to modify your recipe a little bit, and it does work. That's why I'm not telling you how to can. If you want to know how to can, go to a channel that teaches canning. Okay? This is just me doing what's in my kitchen. And we're going to get started here. We may be on time lapse for a while, and you'll hear some music playing if that's the way we're doing it. Because before I do that, I'll tell you what all I'm using for my jam. But I'm going to have Piggy pause this for a minute. I'm going to put my water in here, get this set on the stove, and then I'll come back and show you what I have to put in my jam. All right, y'all, I've got my ingredients here for my jam. I'm going to tell you right now, I would pick the hottest day to make jam. Now, this is the canning book that comes with my canner. This is Home Canning Cookbook, and this is the recipe I'm going by. It's called Strawberry Jam. And what it calls for is 5 cups of strawberries crushed, 7 cups of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of margarine, and 3 ounces of fruit pectin powder. Now I have my Sure Gel fruit pectin right here, powdered, 3 ounces. In my bowl here, I have 3 quarts of strawberries that I'm going to crush in my food processor, and I'll measure up 5 cups. And here I have 7 cups of sugar, and I have my butter here that I will measure out 1/2 teaspoon. So what I'm fixing to get done is I'm fixing to put my berries in my blender, in my mixer over here, or food processor. Yeah, I'll get it right in a minute. I know what it is. And plug this thing up. Well, turn it the other way, Alyne. You might get it. Put my water in my tea back there. I tell y'all what, it's hot. Pete, if you want to put this on time lapse, you can.
It ain't gonna take that long.
The canning process itself is what's going to take time. So we'll do it that way. Y'all don't know how good that smells. I mean, it does. It smells so good.
It does. I throw that away.
No, leave it. I might need it.
Okay.
Unload that. And I'm just going to take pour that right there. Get my scrapey.
Looks like the piggy gonna have a job here in a little while.
Yeah, that's the one thing this will do. This is a messy process, or can be.
I get to go washy.
It can be a time-consuming process. That's why I had a lot of stuff already out and ready to go, so I could show y'all. Okay, I'm going to finish this right here up, and then I'm going to take everything over to the cooktop, put it in my big stir, and start cooking down my strawberries the way they're supposed to be cooked according to the recipe, so that we can start putting these things in jars and putting them in the can.
Now it's going.
Now it's going?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm measuring out my strawberries now, y'all. I got to measure up 5 cups.
Y'all, this will give y'all a full view of that top portion of that cooking center that she designed and mostly made.
Yeah, me and Piggy made this unit behind me. I had to have.
I helped her with it. She did most of the work.
All right, now what I'm doing now is I'm adding my 5 cups of sugar, 5 cups of strawberries, and then I'll add my pectin and my butter and put this on the stove. Oh, it is hot today.
It's hot in here.
See what, while I finish this up, I'm going to pause this. I'll be back when I put it on the stove and show you what I'm doing from there. Okay, y'all, I've got my strawberries and the pectin and the butter on the stove. And it says to bring it to a full rolling boil. And it's about there. This is when it reaches a full rolling boil, add the sugar. I don't know if y'all can see that. Piggy's at an odd angle over there, y'all.
Piggy figured it out. Yeah, I can see in there.
Okay. Well, you go ahead. So it says put the sugar in it, bring it back to a boil, cook it for 1 minute, and then put it in the jars.
That was some more flying piggy action, folks.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it till I get ready to put it in the jars. I'll let you know that I put the sugar in it, whatever, but we're going to go ahead and cook this. This is already out of boil.
There goes the
With
sugar.
the sugar. So I'm going to stir this in, let it come back to a boil, cook it for a minute, and then get ready to put it in the jars. So I'll see you when I get ready to put it in the jars, folks.
Here we go.
Okay, y'all, my strawberries are done. I've just got to skim the foam off the top. That's the foam right there. And there is going to be a little bit of foam.
Get over here, let them see what you talking about. Now, how do you tell the difference?
Because it's foamy. And the actual jam isn't foamy.
All right, you got me on that one. I had to check myself, folks. You about made me belly laugh. That'd been bad, me holding this camera.
Got a lot more foam on it than I was thinking. But that's okay. We'll get it off. Okay. Now, next thing I'm going to do. Piggy, if you'll take this lid off and set it over yonder for me. Now, I'm going to do these one at a time, y'all. So what I'll probably do is do one, show you what I'm doing. And I just reach in there with my jar grabber, pick it up around the neck of the jar, and then turn the jar upside down a little bit. Make sure it don't spill that hot water on me. And then I will set it right here. And I will fill this to within 1/4 inch of the top. Make sure I get this right here.
Pete, you remember what I told you about the dope behind the weapon? Well, I've already had one accident with this thing, so I'm still learning it. It is working out better so far. So that's a good thing.
Now, I don't know exactly how many of these I will get out of this. So what I'm going for is possibly 5 of these half pints and 5 of the 1/4 pints. And the one thing I forgot to get out.
Where's it at and what is it?
That little blue jar, the little clear blue top thing over on the top shelf. It's got the vinegar in it and a paper towel.
Clear blue.
It's a little bitty thing about that tall, Piggy, and about that big around.
On this shelf here.
Yeah.
Talking about this?
Yeah.
That ain't blue, that's green.
Well, excuse me, it looked blue to me. I ain't like that. Follow the kitty cats.
I'm saying, Biggie about to break what's left of his neck over here because of kitty cats.
Okay. Now I'm just going to dip this right here in this vinegar. Bring it out. Now I'll hold this and I'm going to go around the top of this right here. And yes, I am doing these one at a time. I'm not a batch person on this. I could be, but I'm not. And you just want to clean the top. Take your little metal bead. Pull your little metal wheel out of here. Sure got the one. Put that on there. Take a ring. Put that on there. And you don't want to over tighten, you want to do it finger tight. That's why I don't use that little wrench. And now with this right here, I'm going to take this little demi pressure here again. Y'all, if I would put it on the right way, good. Might work.
Hey, that looks better.
And I'm going to set it here in my pressure can. Woo! I'm going to ball it, y'all. I'm going to cut that down a little bit more. I want it hot, but I don't want it exactly boiling on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these real quick. So Piggy can put it on time lapse if he wants to. But I will not be talking while I'm doing this because I'm going to try to get it done.
Okie dokie.
Alright, y'all, I got my jars in my canner. Gotta make sure I get this thing on there right and level. This is there. Alright, come on. There we go. We're locked in. Now, I do have some of this left over. I wound up with 5 8-ounce jars and 5 4-ounce jars. This I'm going to put in a plastic bowl and put in the refrigerator for Piggy and I to eat on. And,
yeah, she mentioned that on top of some ice cream.
yeah. Now, y'all, it did cut off on us a while ago in the middle of doing this. I apologize for that.
Makes me wonder if it got any of the time lapse.
If it didn't, I do apologize, but I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. And right now, I'm just waiting on it to come up to pressure so I can put it on a timer for 10 minutes. So I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, folks, she said that thing popped up, so now she's starting her timer. Y'all can see that little thing is popped up. So, I guess we'll be seeing you in about 10. Here we go.
All right, we're back, y'all. The timer just went off. I'm fixing to turn this for...
There she blows.
That's how you release the pressure on that thing. You turn it to release. And once that stops, I'll be able to open the lid and take my stuff out. And I don't know how long that's going to go on.
Sound like you took a valve stem out of tar.
I'm saying.
And for those of y'all who don't understand redneck, it's air out of a tire.
All right. Well, when all that pressure's released, that little yellow thing, you should pop back down. Should.
The little yellow thing is like a yellow submarine, just tiny.
Yeah. That little yellow thingy right there. See?
There it went. Y'all saw that pop down.
Now, pressure's released.
Very carefully.
Very careful. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that some of these didn't bust or break because I was hearing some weird noises. I've never had one break. But we're going to see how this stuff turns out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my pressure canner right here so I can set them out on turn that fan away because I don't need no sharp changes in temp. And these right here are the small ones. And I'm going to let these sit over here on this towel for 24 hours to make sure that they seal before I do anything with them. And what I'll do is, once they've set for 24 hours, I will take the rings off.
There went one rack.
There's one of the 8-ounce jars. Once, like I said, once they've set for 24 hours, I'll put, take a marker and mark on them what they are on the lid when I get them. Oops.
What you need?
I need something to hold that with. Well, here we go. That'll work. That's kind of off center there. Sounds like that poppet up here might be a lid's going ahead and sealing. I have had some before seal as soon as I took them out, and I had some take an hour or so to seal. That's what clean dishes up. Well, y'all, that's my candy. That's my jam. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where am I going?